Alright, what's up, Faded? As you see, Juggalo, I responded to your original video, and, obviously, I just had to watch this. Now, excuse me if I sound a little pissed off. Not just at you at all, but, like, White Boy, too. I mean, like, I've told White Boy, I got love for him, he's family, whatever. But this dude keeps on going and giving us a bad name. A lot of people, not just White Boy, but a lot of people. I know he's gonna get mad at me for making this video and calling him out. I'm just, you know what? I have to say it. I really have to say it because I've been standing back and watching this YouTube drama with juggalos and crap, and in a weird way, Faded, I'm with you. Because not for the same reasons you are, because I really do believe in what the juggalo philosophy actually believes about, being who you are and not giving a crap about what anyone thinks, but actually not giving a crap what anybody thinks. Not giving a crap what anybody thinks doesn't mean yelling at people who disagree with you. And that's obviously quite the opposite. And so when these hypocrites come on here and yell at people, maybe who have a different opinion than me, I said something, and understand me here. I said something to, I don't even know this dude. White Boy was actually being pretty cool about it, but even though he doesn't agree with me. Like I said, I don't have a problem with White Boy. I just don't agree with what he did on this video. And so, yeah, I was talking on White Boy's video saying how I think that she deserved to get punched anyway by the guy because I felt like, if somebody hits your girl, period, you got to protect somebody you love. And I said something about if somebody were to hit my girl, and she was innocent, of course, like this girl was, I wouldn't care if it's a girl. I'm going to hit him just because. Not saying that it's right to hit girls, but one, I'm not dealing with that darn, what is it? That double standard. You feel me? Like, if you can dish it out, period, you can take it. Period. That's what I believe. If that makes me wrong, immoral, I don't think it does. If you're gonna dish out, if you're gonna go around hitting people, you deserve to get hit in the face. You want to talk about pick on somebody your own size, whatever. But she was bigger, and she was harassing her. So I think if that guy were to knock her right in the darn face, I would not have a problem with it. I would think he would be completely justified in doing so. Because she's going around dishing it out. She's going around harassing people, and this guy, she just punched his girl in the face. And I think he would be completely right in doing so. That's just my opinion. Yeah, and I feel like I've been on here, and I'm just sick of all the YouTube drama. Everybody has to yell at everybody just because somebody has a different opinion than you. And it's the same thing you talking about, Faded. It's these people, having a different opinion, so they have to, yell at him? Now, I can understand why he at least took a little bit of offense to that, but really, that wasn't the point. Obviously, it was clear you were supposedly talking about a guy. You thought it was a guy, which is why you said what you did, and all that good stuff. So, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stand here and say, if any of you juggalos are with me, not about the whole opinion about the girls or whatever, because that's just my thoughts. I know most of the world doesn't agree with me, and I know some people have some quite choice words for me for that opinion, and I'm going to make another video about that. But any juggalo who can feel me, and I really hope some of you out there, I really hope there's still hope for the juggalo idea, that can come out and say, that's not us. And I know one juggalo isn't enough for you, Faded. You're still going to say it. You're still going to say F juggalos because of idiots like this. But, I will point out the focus on negativity. There was not one mention to the video I made about how it was messed up and how people like that give ICP a bad name. But when somebody comes on and hates, you bother the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not feigning for attention. I'm simply trying to be very, very clear that when a juggalo does a good thing for the juggalos, when a juggalo comes out and is mature about it, like I'm doing right now, if I'm not, please tell me how I'm not. We don't get the attention for it. Do you understand? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of people that half make me want to drop the hatchet. I'm not going to because I believe in what it stands for. But there are a lot of people out there who are misrepresenting us. And I can speak for one to say it's not fair to label someone like me, to automatically have a preconceived notion of me because of that. It's not fair to people like me. It's not fair to the real down juggalos. And I'm not saying white boy's not a real juggalo. I'm just saying it's not fair to those who don't condone or agree with this guy's actions to be judged for this guy's actions. I'll tell him to his face I don't agree with what you did. In fact, I'm hoping you're watching this, white boy. I don't agree with the way you responded to him. It was uncalled for you to start yelling at him and cussing him out and all that stuff. I think it was completely uncalled for. And as said, you piss people off when you do that. And when they're not even hating on the family in the first place, when they're not even trying to do that in the first place and make them pissed off at the family itself, this is why people hate juggalos. I'm saying it from a juggalo. This is why people hate juggalos. And the question as to why I'm still a juggalo is I believe in the cause. And if it could have regain a little thread of dignity, and if for once a juggalo could just take an insult, take a little bit of insult and respond maturely, we're going to get insult. But that's no reason to be like yelling at people who don't agree with you, who are talking to you, starting some of this e-beef. I'm sick of it. I've been watching it here and there. Everybody e-beefing, always starting this trouble, threatening people. What is up with that? Seriously. I'm just sick of this e-beef because that all these juggalos are getting in. I've stayed out of it for this long. I've stayed out of it and just watched it unfold and just hung my head and said, is this really what the hatchet is about? Is it really what it is? Yelling at people who don't agree with us. Or maybe, if there are just a couple juggalos out there who actually can understand what I'm saying here, maybe we can represent ourselves. Maybe we can explain to haters rather than cussing them out. Maybe we can explain to people what we are really about rather than just yelling at people for being ignorant. Maybe, just maybe, we as a whole can we who believe can stand up and say, this is not how a juggalo, or this is not the representation of us. If somebody can stand up and say, I will not be represented by this action because I don't agree with it, I think that would be great. I want to see that. I'm doing it. I want to see some of you doing it. Some of you doing it. If you do agree with white boy, great. That's your opinion. But I don't, and I'm going to stand for it. So Faded, I ask you one thing only. Don't think that all juggalos, and you said it yourself, don't think that all juggalos are like this, dude. We're all different. In a way, I've lost some respect recently for a lot of the YouTube juggalos that have been whining a lot. But I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just sick of it. That's all I'm saying. I still believe in what the juggalo ideal is, but I feel like many juggalos have lost their way. People who call themselves juggalos have lost their way in understanding that racism, no part to being a juggalo. They're anti-racist, and all that stuff. It's sad. That's all I'm saying, is it's sad. And if you're going to call somebody a juggahoe, fine. But we're not. But there are people that stand up for what it actually stands for. And I want to let you know I'm one of them. And that I don't in any way agree with what white boy did or said. And I told him that. And that's it. Spike here to all the real juggalos out there. Whoop, whoop. Much clown love. To everybody else, just tell me what you think.